What happened in the world of crypto this week? Well, here to talk to me about this is Peter Gantner and Cory Moran from TruBadger. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, Bob, how you doing? Great to be here.
Hey, Bob, thanks for having us again.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So as I think about what happened in the week of crypto this week, one of the things that caught my attention was a front page Sunday New York Times article about crypto. It talked a lot, mostly about how banking regulators, the SEC, have to sort of move quickly to regulate the space. But one of the things that caught my eye in the article was this notion of banks like BlockFi and Kraken that are now offering customers really high interest rates on their money, higher than what you could get from a typical usual bank.
Yeah, and definitely, and so in the space, you have the Wild West, right? You have these companies that are forming, and then you have ones that are in the middle, like a Coinbase, BlockFi, that are registered entities that are working within the banking system to balance that out, right? With the regulations that exist today, and they are giving much better returns, whether it's on BlockFi. BlockFi also has a credit card, so you can put your assets on there. You can utilize the credit card to draw against those assets. You can get paid back your benefits in Bitcoin. Now, think about this. And again, you have a credit card. It's giving you 1 or 2% back in cash. That's going to be worth, let's say you earned $5 back. That's going to be worth $5. In the crypto space, let's say Bitcoin goes from the 51,000 it's at right now to 100,000, and you got paid your rewards back in Bitcoin, because that's what they pay it back in. You have the possibility of your $1 or $2 or $3 going to, double that value. So those are some interesting things that are being done. I don't use BlockFi, but on Coinbase, I keep kind of my extra cash sitting there, and I leave it in, and I'm getting anywhere from 0.5% up to 5%, depending on what I have it in, of ongoing money. And the neat part about in the crypto space is it's not a monthly, it's actually paid out as you go. So you can actually do some compounding there on the growth of your money when you're utilizing these new methods, these new companies, BlockFi, Blockfolios, and there's a lot of different projects out there that they can look at and get involved with. Some of them do have insurance as well. So we know that one of the reasons why you leave your money in a bank, FDIC insured, right? If something happens, I'm going to get it covered. Well, now what has happened is some of the projects out there are beginning to connect with insurance companies that will cover losses if there are any issues in the place. There's also insurance on your digital assets that are coming up, where you can essentially go and buy insurance. And if anything happens with that digital asset, you can do there. And maybe we can do a show on that, of some of the companies that are coming up that will insure digital assets.
Right. I mean, that's probably the biggest fear that some people have, is they're putting their money in an institution where their money isn't insured as it would be at the local bank down the street. But if they do have insurance, that sort of offsets whatever fear you might have, especially if it covers 100,000 or 200,000 or whatever it might be in terms of deposits.
Yeah, and of course, you'd have to do your own research, read the terms and conditions, right? Don't just check the box, right? You want to actually go through and read, is there limitations on the insurance that they have there? I have $1 million in there and it only cover 100,000 or whatever that is. But definitely, once you look through that information, I guess the biggest thing is there's some huge things happening in the financial world, and you need to do some homework and research, especially if you have some money just sitting there that maybe you're getting some terrible return on that's not even keeping up with inflation at this point, right?
Yeah.
You're basically treading water, or maybe even losing in that space. And a lot of people ask me, well, how can they pay those type of returns? And it's because it's done on the blockchain, which means they've squeezed out the middlemen. So, and that is one of the main reason why they can pay these type of returns, is that they've reduced the overhead. Let's put it that way. There's not as many salaries. There's not as many people trying to make a profit off of it. And so by reducing that down and using technology, smart contracts, and the blockchain, right, cryptocurrency, in order to accomplish it, they've been able to reduce those costs. And again, they're passing all of that, instead of saying, hey, now we can get super rich ourselves by keeping much bigger margins. They're passing that on to the consumer, right? They're passing that on to the person that's providing the funding side of the equation.
All right. And it strikes me, you said a second ago, if you have extra cash, a lot of folks, we often tell folks to put 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses into an emergency fund, which might be sitting in a money market fund earning 0.5%. And if inflation's running at 5%, it's a negative real return. So here, at least if you're earning 5% on your money and inflation's running at 5, you're certainly at least at a minimum keeping pace with inflation, and if not better. So
Yeah, and
strikes me like,
especially if you can leverage it, right? If I'm getting paid daily on it, and then I can put it back in, I can actually, even if I'm matching inflation on the rate, I can still beat it because I'm using the compounding effect to grow my returns.
right. So the big two that I know of are BlockFi and Kraken. Are there others that folks might investigate as they do their due diligence?
There are a few other ones out there. There's people like crypto.com are beginning to offer it. Of course, Coinbase, which is now a juggernaut publicly traded company, they will give pay interest on the crypto that they have sitting there. There's a ton of options. I would just go to Google, put in, what you want to accomplish with your money, have it come up, but make sure, do your own research, dig into it, find out the details. Don't be afraid to ask questions, right? And get all the information before you make any type of decision.
Right. So a lot of folks maybe focus on Bitcoin and ETH, but there are other cryptos out there that we should be paying attention to. And there's one that's, I guess, the seventh, most popular or active?
Number 7 on market cap. Number
Right.
7 in market cap. It's Solana, or the token is Sol. One of the interesting things about this is, so when you look at financial transactions, things like Visa and those, they're in the 30,000 transactions per second, and that works within that space because you're doing a portion of just financial transactions. One of the real keys to the blockchain is you're going to have all different, not just financial transactions. You're going to have entertainment, meaning movies at some point will be delivered through music. You're going to have medical records delivered. You're going to have, so one of the big things that's happening right now is tracking freight, right? Logistics tracking. All of that's going to be going through the blockchain. So the number of transactions that are going to need to take place. And if you know anything about Ethereum is right now it's moving over to a proof of stake, but right now it's a mined coin. And they can only do so many transactions per second. Well, when that books up full, the price of the transactions raises up dramatically, which makes it not financially feasible to do transactions sometimes on the Ethereum network. Well, so transaction speed is huge. And right now, as any chain that is up and running, released, that has projects being built on it, Sol has the fastest transactions in the marketplace, over 50,000 transactions per second. And that's why it's grabbing traction. It is up 4,500% in the last 12 months. So over the last year, 4,500%. And it has a ways to climb. It's about a $41 billion market cap. Again, if you can do the most transactions, and we talked a little bit in the last show about Cardano being scalable and being able to possibly get to 1 million transactions, that's not proven yet. Sol's transaction speed is proven. They have right now 400 plus projects that are being built on it. So Ethereum, of course, has the most with thousands of projects built on it. And then Binance Smart Chain has a lot of projects built on it. But Sol is definitely looking like it has the potential to be one of the top blockchains out there because they have low fees and high transactions. And those are the two elements that make it so a stable, secure platform, right? Because that's the platforms provide the security for the project. So like TruBadger, we don't need to do our own security. The platform on the Binance Smart Chain is providing us with security. So Sol has great security. They have high speeds and they have low transaction fees. So it's definitely a project people should look into. Again, do your own research, buy the dip, right? If you're going to buy, don't buy at the top price, but it's definitely a project for people to look at. It is a serious player in the space.
Right. So as you talk about doing your own research, where are some places that people can go to do this research to get educated about things like ADA and Sol?
So of course you have Google searches and you have YouTube and you have these types of projects. And there are some great YouTubers out there that are providing people with education. Okay. But there's also the ones that'll do predictions. And I'm going to give you guys a great warning here. A YouTuber is an entertainer. and will give you some educational stuff. But at the end of the day, you don't know how much research that person has really done on it. They can come on and they can talk about a project. And we have a YouTube channel, several thousand subs on it. We'll do reviews from time to time on some tokens. I do quite a bit of research, but I would not trust my own research, meaning you can get pointers. So if a YouTuber comes on and say, hey, buy this token, great. It might point it out to you. It might be like, hey, there's 100 launching. Here's one I should look into. But definitely do not do what we call ape into a token just because a YouTuber mentioned it. Those YouTubers, in the most part, guys, are paid marketers, paid promoters. The token has paid them money to run that commercial. So that's essentially what they are, is a commercial for that token. It does not mean, and I have to tell you guys, owning a token ourselves, most of the YouTubers out there will not take the token that they're promoting as payment. They want BNB, or they want BUSD or Ethereum or something else. And I got to say, if I'm promoting something and I believe in it, and you give me an option to take a base crypto or the crypto I'm promoting, I'm probably going to take the crypto I'm promoting because I've looked at the project, I love the project, and I'm going to get paid. So that's my warning on YouTubers. But there are ones that are breaking things down. Coin Bureau, Guy is his name, YouTube. I knew it would come to me here eventually. He's a great one. He'll analyze projects. He'll do a great job with that. And he does have a staff, and they do an extremely deep dive on the situation. He's somebody who's going to give you the good and the bad of every single project. And it is going to pop my head in a second. It's right there on the tip of it. That's turning 55, right? 56, whatever I am right now. It just 56 is what I am right now. So, but I'll get that for you. And a matter of fact, what we can do is maybe drop it into the notes, and we'll get it when it is. So there are some good people out there that are giving breakdown and advice. So YouTube is a great place to go for that. Coinbase has its own educational center where you can learn a lot about crypto. Binance has an educational center that will give you a lot of breakdown. So they'll have videos on their products and as well on general on that side of it. One of the unique things that we do at TruBadger is we actually have Zoom meetings where we walk people through. So we have videos as well that we'll give you that will help walk you through it. But if you're having problems and stuff like that, Cory will give you kind of a breakdown on what we do with the Zoom meetings. So Cory, why don't you give them an idea, and where would they go if they want to set up a wallet, if they want to just get into it? By the way, guys, no obligation to buy TruBadger token. We're here to build the cryptoverse. And I believe we're the only ones in the crypto space that are doing this. In the last 2 weeks, we've probably helped onboard about 800 to 1,000 people into the crypto space that have never been in it before. They didn't own a wallet. Some tried to get into it and didn't set things up right and lost a little bit of crypto here or there, or just got so frustrated that they quit. We've actually walked them through it. So Cory, why don't you give them a breakdown of what we do and how it all works and where they can go if they want to get signed up for a class?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a full staff waiting to onboard people to get crypto wallets, like Peter said, TruBadger or not. But really, the safe and trusted way to go through is, and you want me to share my screen while I can show this?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In the crypto space, if you haven't been in it, Telegram, Telegram app is kind of the hub for a lot of crypto projects. And you want to make sure you're in the right Telegram, the right channel. Always be safe out there in the crypto space. But I'm just going to show you where the best place is to start. And I'm going to show you first. Here you go. Started the TruBadger.io website for us personally to show you. If you click the Telegram link up top, it's this little paper airplane icon. These are our official social media icons. And if you follow this out, you're going to land in our channel, which I'm going to bring this up, is right here. Can you guys see my Telegram screen okay?
We can.
So you're going to land in the TruBadger general discussion. Now, this is our hub. This is where we have over 25 admins protecting this group and walking through. So our full staff. There's a little I guess you call it a / here. It brings up a menu of all the different information that you can get from us, including white paper, how to swap, how to purchase, the live charts, all that good stuff. And it also has a list of our admins, so that you know who the real admins are and how to stay safe in the crypto space. But if you are looking to set up a walkthrough on Zoom on how to set up your wallet, you can just type in support/support, or you can select the menu item. And what's going to happen is it's going to pop up a document here, which is going to show you. I'll go out there real quick. So it'll show you exactly how to schedule a Zoom with one of our staff, or you can just pop on if it's a time of the day where our staff is already in the process of walking some people through. All of this, it's going to show you how to set up a wallet. You can also even do your own due diligence or get set up ahead of time with a wallet to speed your process up. But this whole document will walk you through that. We've taken a lot of time and care and going through the steps so that you have kind of an all-in-one experience here. So you'll just go in and you'll hop in the Zoom rooms here. You can see here, there's a Calendly link that you can schedule if, tomorrow works better for you. See who's available, schedule it, and then you can have your own walkthrough on here. So these are the best places, Peter and Bob, that you can go to get help, the help that you need. We have all experience levels. We have, the novice in the crypto space all the way to the experienced coin traders or just the crypto space in general. This is your pathway there, the safe and secure pathway. And just keep in mind, I do want to mention too, as we always protect people in the space, that you're in the right space. Make sure that, first of all, that our admins are never going to direct message you first. And also that you're actually dealing with one of our admins. Just double check, triple check that they are on our admin list and that is them. And even when you hop on a Zoom, you'll see it's us. But always, don't rush yourself in this space, because when you rush to do things or, purchase your crypto or whatever you're doing in the space, you tend to make mistakes. So take your time. Our admins are there to help, and hopefully that helped you guys in your journey here.
Yeah. So Cory, in terms of getting educated, this is obviously a great resource. In the world of financial advisors, there's a group founded by Rick Edelman, who was the head of Financial Engines, and a big registered investment advisory firm. He's founded something called the Digital Assets Council on Financial Professionals. He's out there trying to help financial advisors become more educated, because what they're finding in the FA space is that many customers are asking advisors about investing in crypto for their portfolios. And any thoughts about this notion of helping financial advisors become more educated?
So what we do is we have a couple of YouTube channels, and of course we're always claiming that we aren't financial advisors, but the information, Bob, one of the biggest things we do is education, and in the space is knowledge is power, especially for those that are just getting into the space, or even those that are investors or have been in the investment arena. Peter and I provide a lot of information in and out of the crypto universe on our tokenomics YouTube channel, the TruBadger YouTube channel. What we also do is provide educational tutorials, videos, walkthroughs, all of that in this one ecosystem of our walkthrough videos. I'm going to pass it over to Peter, because I know he's got something on the
if financial advisors out there, guys, if you want to stay a financial advisor, you've got to figure out the crypto and where it's going, right? This is the biggest financial movement of our lifetime, right? So they do need to get educated on it, because if I'm your client and I'm coming to you and saying, I want to know about crypto, and all you have to say is, well, we're not doing that, or I'm not involved in that, there's a good chance I might go find another financial advisor, right? Because I'm listening to my friends and, Sol 4,500% return. my financial advisor should be getting educated on this and learning, whether at the end of their education it's positive or negative, right? But this is something that I do not believe that they can even think of ignoring.
Yeah.
They have to go get educated, make a decision on it, and then they can bring that information because they are the financial advisor. They're a professional. They can make from their perspective what that decision is. But to just say, no, that's something that, magical thing that's not going to last. I again, for their own sake, they really do need to engage. Also, I want to mention too, with scheduling with us and coming on board and helping you set up the wallet, I want to reiterate, there is no obligation to buy TruBadger token or anything. All we want to do is help people safely get into the crypto space. We know the bigger it gets, the more opportunity there is for not just our project, but all the projects we're working on, whether it's Catapult or Insights or all the different things that we're working on. And I believe there's a saying, put your money where your mouth is. We're investing in education, not hiring YouTubers to pump our token, not doing that type of stuff. We're investing our funds into educating people on safely getting into the space and having the best possibility of finding the right projects and being able to, have it advance them financially in their lives.
Yeah. I know in our next show, we're going to be talking about the terms of art in the world of crypto, and there are many of them. And I can't wait to do that show. I also want to make mention in the time that we have left is I've noticed too that a lot of institutions of higher learning are getting into the education space. I just chanced upon the MIT Media Lab has a course, 7-week course on crypto. And it takes 7 to 10 hours a week to learn everything there is to know, I guess, about crypto.
Well, and his name's not popped in my head, but the new head of the SEC, right? And for crypto, right? He actually ran that course. I've watched him several times go through back 4 or 5 years ago. He actually ran the MIT course there and taught. So if you want to go see the guy who's going to be doing some of the regulatory stuff, he taught courses on crypto and it's actually on their website. So you can go watch those videos.
So I don't want to give the definitions yet, but in our next show, do you want to just give us some terms that we're going to get acquainted with?
We're going to cover rug pull terms and SAFU. And you're like, SAFU, what the heck is that? I've never even heard of that. Don't worry about it. We're going to explain it to you. We're going to go through the difference between wallets and exchanges. What's the difference between a decentralized and centralized exchange? So we're going to cover a lot of these details so people will get the language because you're going to hear it. I mean, right behind me, you see Reflection DeFi Utility Token. What does that mean? What does it mean to be utility? What does it mean to be deflationary? We'll cover a lot of that stuff. Some we've mentioned a little bit on different shows that we've done. We're going to wrap it all into one show and go through all those different terms and help educate you on the blockchain space.
Right. So I'm going to encourage folks who want to watch that show and who might have questions about some of the terms to maybe email you or email myself perhaps and say, help me learn what this term is.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, if we can get feedback, if there's something that you don't know about, let's get them an email. I guess we can drop it down in the notes of the show, an email that they can send it to, and then we'll make sure we include that in the show.
All right. Well, we covered a lot of ground. Anything that we missed or anything that needs to be repeated?
Just like the financial advisors, get educated on crypto and the blockchain and decide if it's for you. If my prediction is right, it can change your life financially for the future. It is going to be the biggest financial movement ever in the history of mankind. And so you don't want to sit there 3 or 4 years from now and go, man, I wish I would have found out about this 3 years earlier. It's not too late to get into the space and still have it change your life financially. Cory?
I can't add anything to that, Peter. That pretty much sums it up. So.
I agree, Bob. That's it right there. That's it.
So, all right, Cory, Peter, thanks as always for chatting with us on This Week in Crypto on FinStream.